Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to my channel Server Gyan. My name is Dr. Lokendra Singh, and today we are going to discuss about all new features of EC2 machine. So whenever we create EC2 machine, so definitely AWS is regularly changing the features of EC2. So we are going to discuss about it. So let us create any sort of reason whatever you want. So almost reason these new features have been made available in most of regions. So we are going to work in Oregon region. So let us begin with EC2. So the very first thing here is which we are going to see that AWS has modified the AMI option. Right now, if you go here and if you try to select this particular component which is known as AMI, so there are two type of AMIs available. First of all, x86-64, it means the default AMI which we have been using, and this is the new one which is known as ARM. It means Amazon is going to provide Graviton processor, which is obviously like less. It is going to provide you less processing speed, but it is cheaper than usual one. Moreover, now you can create even Mac OS, Mac operating system you can create on the top of AWS. But obviously, you will not get the look and feel of that particular like you can use is at laptop. But this is quite useful for those users who are suffering and who are struggling with when they are working with iOS development. So they can use multiple servers and they can create multiple instances here. Then after same thing we have, but obviously this is going to be hosted on a physical device. You will have to create a physical host. After that, you will be able to use it. Then after we have like Red Hat, obviously like two type of architecture images are available here. Now, if we talk about here that what are the new instance type available, so you will be able to see here T4G series as well. So even T4G.micro, this is available with 2 CPU and 1 GB of RAM. Wherein if we talk about T2 micro, so T2 micro is available for 1 CPU and 1 GB of RAM. But if you want to use like high amount of CPU for free, then you can opt this particular option, which is T4G.micro. But as you see, this is grayed out here. We are not able to use it. This particular is applicable for Graviton sort of processor is there, and ARM AMI. If you select, then obviously you will be allowed to select this. For now, I'm going to select this one. Then number of instances like these things are going to remain same. So the new feature here is like, let us say if you're going to create a Windows server and you want that to be part of any active directory or any directory service which you create here, so you can join that here. Then after CPU options, so if you are going to create any other machine rather than EC2 instance, like which is of T2 micro type, then you can select this particular option here, like how many core you are going to have, how many thread per core you want, how many number of CPU you want. So over here I have selected only one. Otherwise, if you're going to select any bigger instance, then definitely these options are customizable now. One more option is available here, which is known as Hibernate. So Hibernate option is going to provide you the particular feature that all the data which is available on your RAM, that data will be written onto your root volume. And once the server goes down, so data like operating system will write down the data onto disk. And once the system will come up once again, so all the data which was available on RAM, so you will not have to wait that all the data which was onto RAM, that will be loaded once again. So it will go and it will read the data directly from the disk. But in this case, there is an additional case, like you will have to keep let us say if you have 100 GB of RAM, so you will have to have at least 110 GB of disk space additionally available onto your root device. That is the option available here. Moreover, if you talk about like credit specifications, so right now we have unlimited here. Why it is so? Because earlier it used to be for T2 and T3, but right now we have T4G as well. So rather than specifying multiple number of instances, so right now we like AWS modify this option as CPU specification. Moreover, AWS has started providing new feature that we have already seen the use case of EFS. It means Elastic File System. So if you have that, you can create either you can mount EFS within your operating system. It means it is going to modify the entry of your FSTF from here itself. Otherwise you can create new one, and then after you can mount it. Moreover, this is very interesting feature enclave. So what does it mean? This is Nitro enclave. This is going to allow you to protect and process highly sensitive data within EC2 machine. So this is an additional layer of security which you can have. Let us say if you have PII, it means personally identifiable data. If you have or information, if you have, so you can definitely create it. Metadata accessible. So if you want your data to be accessible using your curl command, you can fetch the detail of your instance. Then definitely you can enable that. Otherwise, this option is completely free for you, right? If you disable it, so your if you disable access to the instance metadata, software cannot access the instance metadata, and user data cannot be used at instance startup. So by default, this has to be enabled in order to use this particular section, which is known as user data, right? So these are the additional options enabled here. Now if we talk about like latest feature of EC2 in term of volume. So guys, if you know that earlier we used to have only three type of volumes here. Like we used to have only GP2, IO1 and standard, but right now we have two more, GP3 we have. So if we select here, so we are going to see like these are going to be 100 IOPS with general purpose. If we select here, then we are going to get at least 5000 IOPS here and 125 MB throughput. If we talk about IO1, then we are going to get 500 IOPS with 10 GB of disk space and no throughput. But if we talk about this one, like IO1, IO2, so these are the particular options which we have here. And if you go to different regions, so obviously this particular option is in progress, and obviously this is being replicated. Moreover, if you see here, like if you are going to add additional volumes, so then you are going to get two more type of volumes here, which is going to be here like IO2, right? So by default, you are going to get 4000 IOPS here. Then after you have cold HDD and throughput optimized as well. So number of disk type has been added here. The type of volumes has been increased. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So definitely 7 different type of volumes are available here. Out of 7, there are 5 which are going to support your like root partition. That is the basic difference here. Over here we have 7, and out of 7, how many are going to support this one operating system? They are going to be 5, right? So this is the major difference here. Obviously, like we have tagging option, like this is going to remain same. Like there is nothing changed. Like obviously you can add up to like 50 minimum 50 tags maximum, and you can have up to 255 character limits. So let us say for demo, whatever name you want, you can keep it here. Then after, if you talk about security group, so by default you can allow any of the port number whatever you want. You will define your security group name, maybe demo, and after that you will define here as well demo, whatever name you want. These options are also going to remain same, like you can allow from anywhere. Test SG, we can define here like test security group. We will hit review and launch. So this is also going to remain same. There is nothing changed, right? So at that particular option, when we are going to create, when we are going to create like and configure the EC2 instance, then some of the options are changed here. Maybe define here demo Oregon. So we can download the key pair and we can launch the instance. Now, when we launch the instance, so even after launching instance, some of the options are modified here. Like complete dashboard has been modified here. If you go here, if you select new dashboard, then you will get to know like new dashboard has really like new, like all brand new dashboard it has. So all the instance features you have, all the actions features you have, so these are modified here. These are changed now, right? So once this machine is running, so definitely we are going to explore these features as well, that what are the new features we have. So let us say if I'm going to select this instance, so what I'm going to have here is, so first of all, I'll have your instance. So obviously we can check info page here, like what are the particular detail like instance ID, the ID of your instance state, that what are the type of instances state we have, what is instance type. So it is going to be like the instance type determines your instance CPU capacity, memory and storage. For specification and pricing, we can see this particular page, what is public IP address. So it is going to elaborate complete things here. Like earlier, these things were not available. So a public IP address is assigned to the instance from Amazon's pool of public IP addresses. It's not associated with your account. So if you stop this machine, so for sure IP address will get changed because it is not associated with your account. It is associated with the instance which you are going to use. Moreover, what is public DNS? What is private DNS? What is VPC ID? What is subnet ID? What is IAM role here? Then after, if you talk about like if you want to learn more about instance lifecycle, so new links and in fact new learning links are available here, which we can check out. So this is complete stat of like AWS EC2 machine lifecycle. So what is going to be like, first of all, launch. So it will go into pending. Then after, it will go into running state. It will go into shutting down state. Then after, it will go to terminating state. From starting, it can go to rebooting state, or it can go to stopping. Then after stopped, and after that, once again, it will go to pending and running. From stopped, it will go to pending. Then after, it will go to running state. So these are the particular like states of your EC2 machine, which we are going to which we need to understand, like how does what is the particular life cycle of AWS EC2 instance, like pending, running, shutting down, terminated, or rebooting, running, from stopping, stopped, starting, we started again, pending and running. So this is going to be complete life cycle of EC2 machine. Okay. Then after, these are some other options here, like Amazon EC2 instance IP addressing. So if we talk about IP addressing, so what are the IP address type we are going to have, like what is public, what is elastic IP address, what is DNS, and rest of things, like what is use of private IP address, like what is elastic IP address, Amazon DNS server, how it is going to work. So these are the particular manual pages or the particular documents AWS has associated as a document with this particular IP addressing in your VPC. So let us say if you are new to VPC, if you need to understand like how IP address is going to work with your AWS VPC, so you can check it out. So it is going to provide you overview, like it is going to let you know your private key, instance, internet, then after instance, security group, root, EBS. So this is how it is going to work. So this is instance, and this is going to be a root EBS on a different host, right? Then after, if you talk about some other features here, like elastic IP address and other component, so definitely you are completely free to use any of the features here, right? So there is a long list which has been added. So these are some new features which AWS has introduced, right? That is what I want. My purpose was to create this video. Now, if we talk about security, so for security, we have obviously security group. We have IAM role if any of the role is associated. So earlier security feature was also listed down on the detail page, but right now this has been made separate. Moreover, what is security group we are going to associate here? What are the rules for inbound, outbound? Everything is visible here. We can obviously edit this security group into next tab. Networking, if we check here, so what is going to be private IP address, public IP address, DNS name, IPv6, carrier IP like FMRL. Then after, what are the network interface associated here? So we can check here ENI like elastic network interface we have. What is private, public IP address? If we have an elastic IP address, that will be like visible here. If we talk about storage, so obviously we have only single storage associated with it. Moreover, if we want, we can create new and we can associate. What is status check? So obviously it is in under initializing phase. Why it is so? Still the instance is not running. So there are two type of instance status check here. First of all, we will have to select the instance. So like this instance status check is for system. It means on the particular host where this EC2 machine is created. This is related to that, and this is for the particular component for the particular virtual machine which we are running, which we are using here. If we want to check information here, so what is the like information here available? So what is like status check? So status check is going to let you know about the status of your hardware. System status check. So this check verifies that your instance is reachable. Amazon EC2 test network packets you that get to your instances. Then after, instance and system both are available here. If we talk about monitoring, so what are the components which we are going to monitor here? This is going to show. So under monitoring section, we have CPU utilization, we have status check, status failed check, and this sort of information we are going to get here, right? And you have like custom metrics here for how long you want to check it, and these are the particular additional. Like earlier, this particular feature was not available, like month. So for how many days you want, and also because see, like I have recently created this machine, so that with that particular will not really bring good impact here. Moreover, if you want to auto refresh it, so definitely it will keep on refreshing every 10 second, every 15 second, or like whatever time window you want, it will keep on refreshing this particular dashboard. So the advantage of this particular is, so let us say you have created your AWS CloudWatch dashboard, and now you want to like refresh or you want to review it. So obviously these particular options are available there, right? Finally, we have tags. So as we have only one tag here, so that is not changed. That is still going to remain same. We are going to clear filters here. Let us go back, and I'm going to cancel this particular part. Okay, for connecting, we have all the like all new dashboard we have like connect through EC2 Connect instance. Obviously, we are going to have EC2 user and other component here. So what we are going to do here is, if we hit here connect, so this is the similar feature as we use for AWS, but guys, keep this thing in mind. If our machine is recently created, so it can take up to 5 to 10 minutes in order to initialize it. So as we are going to see, like login failed, the instance is just started up, wait for a few minutes and try again. Otherwise, ensure your instance is running this particular like an AMI that supports EC2 Instance Connect. So what are the AMIs available which are responsive or which are supporting this particular feature? You can check that out here. So like limitation, like Amazon EC2 any version or Ubuntu 16.04 or later. So only these are the two AMI type which are supporting that feature, that you can connect with Amazon like EC2 Instance Connect. Moreover, we have Session Manager here. So Session Manager is additionally configured on the top of your instance. So you can install like SSM agent here, which is known as SSM agent. You can configure that, and after that, definitely you can log in that. Moreover, the default option which we have here is that is SSH client, and obviously with the help of it, we can easily configure, we can easily log into our terminal, and after that we can start using it. So I'll go to downloads, and after that I'll try, okay, I'll go to downloads, then after I'll change the permission of the like chmod command I'll run 400 and demo dash Oregon. If I run this command, then after I will be allowed to log into my EC2 machine, right? So guys, this is how we are going to work with all new EC2 machine features. I hope that has been informative. If you have any other questions, so please do let me know. I shall be happy to help you on this. And have a good time and happy learning. If you are new to my channel, so please do like, share and subscribe. Have a good time, happy learning.